Welcome back to the Unknown Origins podcast. I'm your host, DevBrev, and I have unlocked the ability to go Super Saiyan. This is your other host, Ben.
That's true, you have blonde hair now.
Yeah,
Forgot
I've
about
unlocked
that.
the ability to go Super Saiyan.
What's up? I have a little change too. I got these little danglies now. That's always fun. What's up?
It's been like 2 weeks since we recorded, but it feels like it's been
feels
years.
like it's been a
and
lot
this was
longer.
like in anime, there would have been like a time skip.
Yep.
And like, what happened to the co-hosts of the Unknown Origins podcast?
Who knows?
One of them has earrings. Where do you get them? How do you get them? The other one's Super Saiyan now.
It's fair. Yeah, he is Super Saiyan. It definitely, while we were dyeing it, like when it was like straight up like that, fantastic. He could have just gone like that.
Yeah.
It would have been
Because we
good.
have to talk about why I'm blonde.
This is true. We went to Colossal Con.
Prime, technically.
Prime, technically.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Sandusky. But it was really cool.
Yeah.
It was a good time. I went as Greg Universe, and my lovely girlfriend went as Rose, which was really cool.
And everyone loved his Steven Universe cosplay, because that's who he was.
Yeah, that's definitely what it was.
Or just random guy that is with this rose quartz. And she has an awesome costume. Like, isn't that rose quartz really cool? And there's that guy next to her.
And they're sitting talking to me about it. I'm like, yeah, it is. It is really cool. So
I'm not dressed up at all.
no, not at all. I mean, to be fair, I was in a t-shirt, ripped jeans, and this same shirt. So I get it. But yeah, it was a good time. What were you, Devon?
I was Sanji from One Piece, Sanji D. Chef.
Sanji D. Chef.
And then his brother was Zoro. And we had a
Yeah.
wonderful time.
It was a good time.
I had like suckers that I was just chain smoking throughout the whole con.
Yeah.
There was one like hour or so period where I just like downed like 5 of them just in a row.
You
I
need the
just
sugar
kept-
rush to get through that con. I mean,
Yeah.
Sometimes it helps.
Yeah.
But no, it was a good time. It was really cool.
Are we ready to get into our fun special episode where we're talking about Pokemon the first movie? Aren't we excited about Pokemon the first movie?
Yeah.
And now we're gonna throw to the advent calendar because Ben thought I forgot about the advent calendar,
Oh, okay.
but I just thought I would like introduce what we're talking about today because like it's a new kind of video. Normally we're talking about the anime, but now we're talking about the movie, which is also an anime technically.
It's kind of an anime.
And now we're gonna do the thing that we always
We're going to do the thing we always do first. So this is the advent calendar that I bought 5 ever ago. Like I say the same joke every time. It is pretty cool. I
You
just
should
never
say
opened
24 ever ago.
24 ever. There were 24 of them. That makes sense. But yeah, so I bought this a while back and I just never opened it. Thought it'd be fun to do with you guys. So we have a whole bunch that we've already done.
Let me see. Let me refresh myself.
Because I already opened the one. But
Benjamin.
I will cover it. It's okay. It's
Benjamin.
covered. It's okay. I covered. It's covered.
Okay,
You can't see.
we're gonna. Okay.
Okay.
Aren't you gonna tell the people what?
No, I can't actually. Yes. So we've already done Caterpie, Eevee, Psyduck, Charmander, Leafeon, Dragonite, Ponyta, Piplup, Horsey, Squirtle, Lucario, Umbreon, Arcanine, Oshawott, Pidgeotto.
And I almost got him, guys.
Almost.
I'm gonna guess Scorbunny.
It is not Scorbunny.
No,
It is.
if it's Sylveon, I'm gonna be mad.
It is not. It's
Espeon, the other Eon.
Yeah, the other Eon.
There's one more evolution, right?
There were more than that.
It really?
Yeah, because we haven't had. Oh wait, maybe there are only.
Yeah, because it was.
Because they're not all in it. I know.
Yeah, it was Leafeon, and then Umbreon, and Espeon, and then
Because
Sylveon.
Glaceon's not in it, and the original 3 aren't in it.
Yeah, we got those 3.
Which is odd. But yeah. Okay, so just the one more Eon.
Yeah, just the Sylveon.
And I can see what the next one is too. That's cool. I could just do it that way, I guess. But we'll leave her out. We'll do the little
we know.
thing like we've been doing. Yeah. Cool. She
sit very pretty.
She do
the
sit very
Espeon.
pretty.
Yeah. Our cat sometimes does that. Don't put her so much to the edge. We might not be able to see her.
Want to.
Bring her in a little bit.
That's not gonna work either. It's fine.
Put her.
It's fine.
I'm
Give her to
give
you.
her
I'm
to
giving her
me.
to you.
Here, you can hang out with Lily.
Yeah.
That Lily, not the other Lily, who may or may not be here present.
In the room. Hi.
All right. So we're gonna get into Pokemon the first movie.
Yeah.
Before we get into it, I wanted to ask Ben if he remembers watching this movie for the first time, because I remember when I watched this for the first time.
Yeah, I do. I was, I believe, in 3rd grade, which would have been
2007.
somewhere around there. Yeah. So somewhere around there. So not like obviously when it came out, because I was still not alive. This is 99.
Depends on which version you're talking about.
Okay, but I was not around for that one. But when I got older, because in second grade is when I bought, or I was given my first like Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
And I got like way into it. It was really cool. And then later on that year, my dad bought me Pokemon Emerald and my brother Fire Red. And so I played the games a lot. And then I realized there's a movie. I'm like, oh, that's super cool. Let's watch the movie.
There's multiple movies at that point.
Yeah, there were. And I remember that one. I remember the third movie with the Entei. And then I remember going back and watching the second movie with Lugia and the Legendary Birds. And then like a few others around there. But I don't remember like all of them super well. This one is definitely one that I remember like super well. Rewatching it, I realized that I either like missed the first part of the movie or just didn't care about Mewtwo's backstory.
Yeah.
Because I did not know like anything about that.
I also did not remember that.
Okay, cool. So it's not just me. Maybe it was a version they showed on TV or something at one point, maybe?
I mean, I definitely watched this on TV.
Okay. So
like,
maybe it could have been something with that. But because I think I did too. Like
yeah.
I had my dad like record it for me or something. But I remember really liking it, and I told Devon while we were watching this, there's a specific scene that this is the only movie I think to have ever made me cry, and I still can't watch it without crying.
I'm working on it, guys. We're watching Your Lie in April right now. We're gonna get him. I'm gonna break this man. Don't worry.
He's trying his best. We'll see what happens.
After that, we'll try Clannad, and if that doesn't work, I might just have to use a hammer. Like,
we'll get it to happen one way or another.
I'll make him cry eventually.
But if that doesn't work, you can always just throw on this movie again, apparently, because I was still crying when we were watching this, just in the one scene, and we'll get to that eventually, I'm sure.
Yeah. We'll talk about the whole thing. I also remember watching this one for the first time. It was in like 2012.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so
it was
a
like
little later.
Yeah, it was like December. It might have been like around the time of like a electronics camp out.
Okay, yeah.
It also might have been around the same time as the Genesect movie when that came out. Because Mewtwo is also in the Genesect movie.
Sense, yeah.
Because you were talking about the other movies. I was like, wait, did I watch it because the Genesect movie came out?
Yeah.
That might have been why they aired it on Cartoon Network and why I watched it.
That's fair. Because I watched, I think pretty much all of the movies up until the end of Gen 4.
Yeah.
And then after that, it was kind of like, okay,
because you would just watch Cartoon Network and they'd be like, it's Friday,
it's
new
happening.
Pokemon movie, guys. Don't you want to watch the new Pokemon movie?
Yep,
and you'd be like,
absolutely.
yeah. And then they weren't that good.
Yeah, that's right. The Darkrai one with Dialga and Palkia was like my favorite. I loved it. My dad had recorded that one too for me, and I watched that like at least a couple times a week, for a while.
The thing about me and Pokemon movies, I can't sit through the whole thing.
Understandable.
This
is
is like
usually on in the background.
Yeah, I can't sit through them. Like, this is the only one that I feel like I actually enjoy.
Okay.
Like, I
will give you that this is probably the best. Like, I have an attachment to the Darkrai one because I was a kid when it came out. I would say that this is probably the best made of the movies, for sure.
I think I might know the reason for that, and we'll get into that when we get into the thing properly. We're just introing the movie because I feel like everyone else has experiences with the movie, and like I feel like we should just get that out of the way. Like, this is a very important part, and I feel like the development of someone who is into Pokemon.
Yes.
Like watching the first movie for the first time.
Absolutely.
But I had a manga adaptation of Arceus and the Jewel of Life.
Okay.
And I don't even think I finished that movie.
Oh man.
I don't even think I finished that one. But that was the first manga I actually like owned or saw.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. That's neat.
So we'll go right into talking about Pokemon, the first movie, Mewtwo Strikes Back, a movie so nice they had to name it twice. This released in Japanese theaters on July 18th, 1998, and American theaters on November 10th, 1999.
Okay, so I wasn't around for either of those.
Yeah, no, none of them.
Fair enough.
So we have to talk about this being a theatrical release. Mm-hmm. I think that is the reason why this one is a lot better than some of the other ones. Because I think this might be one of the only few that got a theatrical release.
I think the first 3 did.
Yeah,
I think
that's what I was
Lugia,
thinking.
and the Entei.
Because I know that the third movie, I used to have the promo that they gave out, the reverse foil Entei.
Oh, dude, that's cool.
I used to have that.
Yeah.
That is no longer in my possession.
I think they gave it out during the Lugia movie. I could be totally off base, but I had an Articuno that was like a rare promo thing, and I think it was from the Lugia
From
movie.
2000.
Yeah, from
Okay.
2000. Yeah, that's right. That is the name of it. I
Yes.
just keep calling it the Lugia movie.
It's Pokemon the first movie, Pokemon 2000, Pokemon the third movie, Pokemon Forever, and we give up.
And then we get...
Latias, everybody.
Yep. What's Forever? Which...
Celebi.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay.
I haven't seen that one.
That's fair. I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen it. I had to... Yes.
But yeah, after they stopped making them theatrical releases and they just put them on Cartoon Network, I feel like they kind of tanked.
I get that. And it makes sense. You don't have as wide of a, it sucks that that's how it has to be, but if you're not putting as much money into it, you're not doing it, you don't have as big of a team because it's not a theatrical release that makes sense.
And you can tell that this was definitely made for a movie.
Because
they're pulling out a lot of animation stops. Like Squirtle does a bubble beam.
And it looks
there's
beautiful.
Individually rendered bubbles with reflections and everything. It's not just, okay, draw some circles, color them in, there you go. It's fully rendered in space.
Fantastic, yeah. And that's right along the beginning of the movie in the first battle, isn't it? That happens?
They're just throwing all of these stops in, and there's so many different scenes with Mew majestically flying and swimming in the ocean, and big shots of ambiance with Mewtwo and this evil lair.
Yeah, I would say the ambiance especially.
Yeah.
I mean, you can tell how much detail they put into it as opposed to just there's a static picture in the background during half of this episode, and this is what we're going to recycle through the whole thing. They put a lot of love into it.
You can tell this movie had a budget, and I think that goes to the quality of the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Because the plot, this does feel at moments like an episode of the anime.
Yeah.
Because it starts off and it's Ash, Misty, and Brock, and they're on their adventure, and they're doing their thing, and then I'm not just getting into the movie, I'm just explaining. And then there's something's happening, and we have to go here, and then we go here, and then we go to the castle, and then the plot breaks down.
Yeah.
But, and Team Rocket's there too, and there's characters that we're not going to see anymore, and some of them have names, but we're not going to see them again.
Oh, and then at the end of the episode, everything wraps up nicely, and it's over, and then we can move on to the next thing. It does.
Plot-wise, it feels very much like an episode of Pokemon. Yeah. And I feel if without that budget and without I am stretching everything, I am making this feel bigger and feel grander. Yeah. I feel the other ones later that we'll get into, those might just feel schlocky, longer episodes of the anime. Yes. Which we already can't get through some of the times.
Without at least complaining about it.
Depending on what the episode is and depending on how late it is.
Yeah.
So if we get to here's the same thing you've been watching, 90 minutes of it. Yep. That might be where my issue comes from, where I can't finish these dang things.
For sure. And I get that. Like I said, I stopped at the end of Gen 4 into Gen 5, for the same kind of reason. I just, this is a longer version of the thing that I already don't really watch anymore.
I remember when Clash of Ages came out, the Hoopa movie. Mm-hmm. And it was all the legendaries are going to fight. And it's hell yeah. And then it's oh,
they're here. And then they're
not. Yeah, they're doing stuff.
Yeah. I do remember the hype around that one. I never watched it because I heard that it was not
I watched it, couldn't get through it.
Yep.
Never finished it.
That would be it. So hopefully, as we go through these earlier movies, they're a little higher quality than we remember than everyone's being.
And since this was a movie, just like a Pixar movie, it had a little short at the beginning.
It did.
Let's talk about Pikachu's Vacation, Ben, before we get into the movie proper.
Let's talk about it. Zubat was there.
Zubat's here!
All right, we're done talking about it.
We can move on.
Literally, it's a minute and a half, just a little short, and it's cute. They're all there.
They re-released this movie in theaters in 2016 for Pokemon the 20th anniversary. Mm-hmm. They had Pikachu's Vacation in there as well. They just did.
Okay.
Everyone's going on vacation, and everyone's here. Onyx is there, Vulpix is there. You never see any of Brock's Pokemon.
No,
Brock is a Geodude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rock
I
is a
think the
Geodude.
last time I remember Geodude being a thing is when they get trapped underneath in the ship that's like sinking. And
he
he's
was-
like part of the seesaw thing. and
He
he's,
was
like,
in the Blaine, the moving rocks into the volcano.
okay,
So
yeah.
that was the last
That's not
time we've
cool.
seen Geodude.
But twice.
Yeah,
100 and some
more than
episodes.
Zubat.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, technically, you see Zubat in every episode because he's in the. But
He's
like
in the
that's
opening.
that's the only scene Zubat is in.
Yeah.
And it's the one that they play every single
course
time
it is.
with Squirtle was like
Yeah.
pasted onto
Yeah.
him. Okay, we've talked about Pikachu's Vacation.
Yeah. Compared to the short that the Japanese
Yes.
release got at the beginning of their movie.
I didn't get to watch that. Ben,
That's
you've
fair.
watched it. What do you
I
think?
have. Well, you watched it at the band that we saw at the last convention had the Linkin Park going on in the background
Oh
with it.
yeah,
You kind of
Yeah, I do remember that. We did
Yeah.
talk about that.
So we talked about it a little bit. It's a really nice short. It shows a little more of the lore and the details behind Mew and Mewtwo and that whole story. It's nothing that we don't really already know from the beginning of the movie, but it does give a little more depth to it. And it looks really cool set to Linkin Park for some reason.
Is there any dialogue other than Linkin Park?
There is no dialogue. And
Okay.
it's not actually set to Linkin Park. That's just what they did.
I know.
But, okay. But there's no dialogue to it. I don't believe. I think it's just music playing.
Okay.
So
Well, we played your game, Ben. Now we have to play my game. So Ben, who's that Pokemon?
who's that Pokemon in the movie?
Well, Ben, I'm sure every kid who watched this movie was thinking, who's that Pokemon?
Is it?
I've never seen this elephant in my life.
Okay. Oh, that's what we're doing.
Yeah, who's that? So Ben, who was that Pokemon?
That thing's called a Donphan, and it didn't exist yet.
Did
That's
not
crazy.
exist.
Yeah.
No.
No, there's the first trainer that Ash fights in the episode has a Donphan, and it's like this really big moment. They start playing the theme song, and it's a new version of
A
the theme
sick
song.
remix of that
It
theme
is
song.
phenomenal. But yeah, no, they started it right out with that, which is really, really, really cool. And yeah, he's got a Donphan.
Yeah, they were just like, curveball, new Pokemon in this movie.
And the only Gen 2 Pokemon that we've seen so far is obviously Ho-Oh in the first episode.
And
now
Togepi.
Togepi has been in quite a few now. But this is the third. So,
They're Gen 2 Pokemon we've seen.
yeah. Which
So
is really
if,
cool.
if you were into Pokemon in like 99 and 98, you're like, there's gonna be more games. There's more to this franchise. Because you don't know that like it's
Yeah.
this big, massive, like nowadays it's like, okay, when's the
right.
new Pokemon game coming out?
Every 3 years on a dime, like let's.
It used to be every year, and we were like, please stop.
Yeah.
we
They have
we
slowed
beg
the
of
roll
you.
a little bit. They have slowed the roll a little
They
bit.
learned
which is
after
nice.
Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl.
Yeah. Oh god. That wasn't intentional. That was a cold chill, but that
No,
too.
that-
that too.
You should have played that off, dude, because that worked.
Yeah.
But the movie doesn't 100% start with Donphan.
No, it does not.
It starts with this really cool, almost Weapon X style like scene with like Mewtwo's creation. And we see all the test tubes and all the professors and Giovanni's there.
Dr. Fuji being
Yeah.
one of those, which is cool. If you've ever played the games, there's a Mr. Fuji, and it's like not confirmed,
That
but
they're the
there's
same
like,
person.
but it's the same person, and he's kind of changed his ways, and he's like a peaceful Pokemon protester now.
Yeah.
It's really cool. But that is Dr. Fuji is the one that like helped create Mewtwo.
Not the Mr. Fuji that was the manager of Yokozuna in the WWF. Different Mr. Fuji.
Different Mr. Fuji. Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said Mr. Fuji, and I was like, I've heard that name before.
But they also very early on make a comment saying that we can't lose this one, like right after Mewtwo
Yeah.
opens his eyes, which is like big. I don't.
Yeah.
That's there are failed experiments that happen there.
Well, that's what Ditto is, right, Ben?
Well, that's what I've always
That's
put
a
under the
theory,
assumption. Yeah. Because you can only find them in the Pokemon Manor,
True.
and that's where you find
Wow.
more information about Mew. They've got the diary entries and all that, so it would make sense. But yeah, we can't lose this one was just, I feel like, a very interesting line to throw in there at the beginning. Like, obviously, there's a ton of chaos going on. They, have a lot that they're trying to kind of dig up and explore the lore of very
Yeah.
quickly to get through. But it's just a neat little thing. I like that there's also the line, the radio Giovanni's helicopter and tell him what's happened, because then in one of the last episodes
Yeah.
that we were it connects it back to it. It's like, okay, if you've been paying attention,
Yeah.
you get these little like snippets.
And then we're filling in all of those gaps.
Yeah.
Because the first time we see Mewtwo in the anime is he's fighting Gary and he's in the armor.
Yes.
And then we see how we got from, Mewtwo's creation to he's in Giovanni's possession, now he's in the armor, and now he's fighting people. And we see that Gary wasn't the only trainer that Mewtwo fought. Like, there were other people that Mewtwo went through.
Yeah, which is really, really neat, and I like that they fleshed that out a little more, because that is one of the things that I feel like the anime is lacking right now, is any sense of an overlying plot that's not just Indigo League.
Or like lore or like anything like else going on under the hood.
Yeah, agreed. It's just very surface level. It's okay, Ash is going to meet people, and then those people are going to get development, and then Ash moves on.
Yeah. It's not very like interesting.
Right. And that's, a lot of like shonen anime. That's like they're overlying, like they have a training arc, they have a big, like there's at least something going on.
Yeah.
Instead of just Yeah. So it's neat.
Not to talk about One Piece, but One Piece has like a lot going on like under the surface as well. And like there's so many threads that get pulled all the time.
Yeah.
And like Pokemon is really missing that.
Yeah.
It's a really simplistic kind of story.
It is.
And I think this movie also has a simplistic story, but there's a lot of complexities in it, and especially coming from Mewtwo himself.
Yes. Oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
Some of the lines that he says.
And we'll get into like the philosophy. I think the philosophy in this movie is like really good.
It's very interesting. Yeah.
And so when we get into that, we'll talk a lot more about that.
Yeah. But one of the reasons that Mewtwo has such a complex is because, the first thing that he's seeing is the human nature of self-congratulatory, the scientists all being very proud of themselves and immediately ignoring him. Like just him and his own little, So it's just very interesting to see his perspective, just being a new being that did not exist before and already struggling with his own identity and why he's there.
He's like the butter robot from Rick and Morty.
Oh my God.
Is that what he sounds like?
Yes.
I've only seen it in text and memes. I've never heard it spoken.
It's a very like robotic voice, obviously, but
oh my God.
Yes. Yeah. And I put the note here that it's already so much darker than any of the episodes that we've seen.
Yes.
Like it's crazy the just tonal shift that we have. And then even just right after this, going back to Ash and the gang, like it's very Whiplash in not a bad way.
Yeah, it's juxtaposition.
Yes. There we go. That's a better word for it.
Yeah. Okay. This is where my notes get really loose.
That's fair.
I'm like, woo.
I also have pretty loose, so we'll loosely kind of go through the episode, because I'm assuming that most people watching this have already seen the movie.
I'm trying to do a new, I'm doing a new thing for the podcast where instead of it being like, okay, this happens, then this happens, and then this happens, we're gonna just try to like hit on vague points and just keep the conversation flowing. But it is a new way to do the podcast, so we're trying to figure that out.
It might be a little awkward, but we'll get through it.
Yeah, but hopefully that'll be a better watching experience. If like cut out all these awkward bits and try not to be like, all right, we're having a nice discussion. Devon's gonna pull us over here, and then we're gonna get back on track.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. But the other thing that happens like right after this that I did at least want to like mention on here, right after we see like Mewtwo doing the battles in the gym with him, it's the conversation that they had beforehand was like, okay, well, you help me, I help you. And now Giovanni immediately switches his tone up. He's like, all right, well, I am your trainer.
I'm the boss.
in charge. Screw you. You're going to help me. And it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, that's just,
Giovanni also has good character work here.
He does. He genuinely does.
Where he's like the evil, like he's manipulating Mewtwo in the beginning with like, yeah, like we're gonna be partners and we're gonna be a team and we're gonna conquer the world together. And then the second that Mewtwo is like, hey, actually, like, why are we doing this? Giovanni's like, I'm actually the one calling the shots here.
Yeah, because I told you to do it. Now just get it done. Thank you. Go. Cool.
It's like, I hate to say this, but it's almost like a father, like a bad dad in a way.
Yeah.
Like,
no,
we're totally friends. Like, you and me were buddy. And okay, but like, I kind of don't like, I would love to like compromise on this. I actually brought you into this world, so like you kind of can't talk back to me.
Yeah. That is definitely the relationship that it seems. It's very
abusive dad.
Yeah.
Abusive father.
I would agree. But yeah, so after that little conversation, Mewtwo flies away, and you see the armor like breaking off of him. And I thought that was a very good like visual point too. Like that was neat.
It was kind of in the anime, at least him like jetting off. Yeah. But I don't think it was like the armor like falling down.
Yeah, I don't know. I really like that, and especially the mask not falling until he was in like on the new island. New island.
I think it was where they created him in the first place, and he like leveled it, but then he like created the castle like back up using his like abilities.
Yep, absolutely.
And then we get into the gang, and they get a mysterious invite to Mewtwo's castle from a mysterious lady.
A mysterious lady
that turns out to be Nurse Joy.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I was gonna put a little more mystery behind it. We don't have to.
Well, like he does that like later, where he's like, it's.
Well, he's immediately like, "Oh, she's really pretty," and I'm like, "Okay, well, it's got to be a Joy or a Jenny." Or
they resolve that so quickly.
Like the way because like more like drawn out.
They bring it up, and she's there in like this little hologram that is brought by Messenger Dragonite. There's a card for like Mailman Dragonite.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, that's a pretty lady. And then we go to a Pokemon, or we go to like a town because we got to get on a ferry to get to the island. Mm-hmm. And then there's like a wanted poster or a missing poster, or. Yeah, there's a missing poster. Yeah. And then Brock's like, I've seen that woman before. And it's like, haha, funny, like.
Yeah.
All the
Joys are like, no, it's the one from the thing.
And then they get to the island, and immediately Brock is like, you're that Nurse Joy. And it's like, we're not burying this lead at all.
No.
It's wrapped up in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And of course, she denies it, and then we fully confirm it later.
Yeah.
Like, Mewtwo kidnapped her so that he could have knowledge of Pokemon to create his cloning device that he has for his big master plan.
Right.
But, yeah, that was just wrapped up really quickly. Like, that's why I didn't want to draw it out. Because the movie doesn't. The movie doesn't care, so why should I?
Yeah, but it is resolved. I feel like almost too quickly, but there's a lot of other stuff they got going on.
Again, so Rocket's here. We have a lot more characters that we're introducing.
God, yeah. Rocket's here. And they stopped the Dragonite with a frying pan.
Yeah, I was having so much fun, and then Team Rocket showed up, and I was like, oh yeah, we have to deal with this in the movies too.
Yep.
They are, I keep saying this, they're so married to having Team Rocket in, I kind of wish that they weren't.
Yeah. And
we complain about this all the time.
Yeah, of course we do. I don't know. It really did feel like more so in this than other things. They felt so shoehorned in here.
I didn't feel that as much. They didn't get in the way as much.
They didn't.
But if you ask me
why were they there?
Yeah, I can't give you a reason why they're there.
There is zero. They didn't do anything this entire movie. They follow them to the island.
Meowth got cloned.
Great. So did every other Pokemon on the island.
Actually, Togepi didn't get cloned, so the babies don't have to fight. Mm-hmm. That's why I think Togepi didn't get cloned.
That's fair. Well, no, because the Machini program didn't have Johto information yet. It was just the
right.
That's my theory. I don't know.
My theory is that so they didn't have to animate the babies fighting.
That could also be it. I mean, they had Pikachu just slapping each other. They could have done like a little.
That is also like really saddening to watch.
Yeah.
But Togepi's like a baby.
Yeah. But no, through this whole movie, Rocket doesn't steal the invite, but gets another invite, gets to the island somehow. In the storm,
they Viking everyone to it, the gang.
Yeah, they
aren't Vikings from Minnesota. It's a very classic.
I hate that joke.
It's a very classic one.
Stupid.
Everyone knows that one.
Yeah, but
if Hollywood exists in the Pokemon universe, Minnesota does too.
Minnesota, but still, why would a 10-year-old from Japan know that? The Vikings.
Because, hey, Ben, it's because the dub people are from America and they're like in their 30s.
That's fair.
That's why.
I couldn't have
Why does Brock have a Dennis Rodman jersey on?
You know what? Fair. They're just big fans of American sports, I guess. I don't know. But no, through the whole thing, I'm gonna circle back to this. They get the invite. They go to the island. They get separated from Ash and the gang because the whole they get separated. Yeah. They're there through the whole thing. And then they get sent back when everybody else does. That they do not a single
Actually, they end up like somewhere. They're just somewhere. They're on some island. Like everyone gets like brought back.
Get sent
They're
back
just somewhere.
Because Mewtwo didn't even know they were there. So I don't know what to do with them. Just throw. God, it's crazy. Like
there's still a bit. Like even in the movie, it's like we cut the Team Rocket. Where are we?
Oh yeah. No, it's just, I don't know. This was the one that I'm like, okay, they really should not have been a part. And if they were going to be a part, incorporate them more into Giovanni's side of things.
Yeah, like the Team Rocket stuff.
Yeah, they could have, but they did not. But it is what it is. We got through that. That's fine.
Yeah. And then Ash and the gang, after the Vikings ferry them on, they manage to get to the castle, and there's other trainers there too. And one of them's got a Venusaur, one of them's got a Blastoise, one of them's got a Gyarados. But the ones with the Venusaur and the Blastoise, they're there because we gotta push the starters. It's almost like maybe since the beginning, we could have had trainers that we knew and could have been in the movie and been characters that we could talk about, you know,
that
before.
Could have had those starters, and now they're
continuing
evolved.
on. And now we need the starters in the movie, because wouldn't it be cool if like the second stages of all the starters were in the movie? So you have to create characters now that have these Pokemon, and wouldn't that be really cool?
Yeah. Yeah. But no, we just get these 3 random characters.
Or just randos. Like, Pokemon loves randos,
Of course they do.
They love randos.
Well, because the show is more about the Pokemon than it is the trainers. And that's obvious. That's the games are like that. The cards are obviously like that.
Yeah.
That's always how it is. So to some extent, I get. But at the same time,
I would argue so is Digimon, but at least the Digimon can talk. But at least in Digimon, like, there's a lot more, like, human characters that I care about.
Yeah, okay. I get that. And I watched Bakugan. I never watched Digimon.
Yeah,
but Bakugan, again,
too.
talking, but there are more focused on both aspects of it. It's not just one or the other. So I get it.
Yeah, that was just like, we have to create these characters now, don't we?
Of course.
I love how we're doing all of the same complaints that we do for the episodes themselves in the movie.
Of course.
Like, the more things change, the more things stay the same.
Yeah.
Speaking of Team Rocket, they were in the little cloning chamber. I'm talking about Meowth getting cloned.
Yeah.
I swear on that screen we saw that 3D model of Meowth from like Snap and or Stadium.
Yes, it
both
definitely.
Of them, and
yeah, it's both. But it was cool that they threw. It's another just like 3D big moment that, you know.
Did you say 3D?
I did say 3D. Thank you for that. They throw a few of those in there, just a little like, okay, this would look better if we can just around, and but. It's weird, but it doesn't. That one doesn't look as out of place as some of the other ones do.
Yeah.
I was reminded of a few instances in JoJo's while we were watching the movie of like, okay, this didn't have to be 3D.
I think there's like that one like scene in like the hallway where it's like, why? Like all the doors are 3D.
Yeah.
All right. Well, do we want to talk about Mewtwo's philosophy and his like plan here and what he's like after?
Yeah, I like it.
So Mewtwo's plan is to create clones of a bunch of Pokemon. And fight all the other Pokemon with his super awesome clones. And then he's going to take over the world because he's better than everyone else.
Yeah. Well, because he's, been shown by humans that, hey, humans kind of suck. And they do sucky things. And if I were in charge, I wouldn't do sucky things. And that's the only thing he knows so far.
Yeah. And I also think it has to do with, like, he was created specifically to destroy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
sure.
I will.
I'll do that.
Yeah. Absolutely. Just malicious compliance. That's essentially his philosophy.
Yeah. Because he's trying to, like, find his purpose. Camera shut off. I barely remember where we were at. Mewtwo, he's an evil guy, and he's trying to blow everything up.
Yeah. But he's not evil because he wants to be evil. He's evil because he doesn't know no different.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where we're at.
Yeah.
We're good.
Mewtwo's a big baby.
Yes.
Throwing a big tantrum.
Quite literally, and kind of also looks like just a baby cat.
Fetus.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Mew's more fetus. Different stage of fetal.
Right. No, fair enough.
Speaking of, Mew's a real cutie in this movie.
Mew is. They keep like cutting to him just in random places.
I
think that's solely because of how cute he is.
He's such a goober in this movie.
He is.
He's not like Mew isn't fully like just aloof or there. There's moments where he's just aloof and there.
Yeah.
But he does like, when he shows up to get business done, he gets business done.
Oh, absolutely. And he plays around with it at first too, but then he's like, okay, like people are getting hurt, kind of locks in and,
He's spitting his bubbles everywhere.
Spitting his bubbles everywhere. Yeah. And he's powerful. Like, Mewtwo is struggling to
Yeah.
kind of keep up appearances and keep his game face on.
Yeah, they have a big anime battle while all the Pokemon have like the equivalent to like a dog fight.
Yeah.
Because Mewtwo
Well, 'cause
like takes their powers away somehow.
Yeah.
It's almost like it's a Marvel comic moment where like Jack would draw the comic in its entirety, and then Stan would put the words in. It's almost like Jack just drew all the book happening and was like, and then I'll just draw all the superheroes like fighting and like they're not using their powers, they're just fists in there. And then Stan was like, and then I had Mewtwo say, and then I took all your powers. Because I had space to say that.
Pretty
Because it's
much.
like he doesn't do anything visually.
No.
He just says, I took all their powers away. Fight.
Yep. Yeah. Well, because like it would make too much sense to be like, okay, well, this guy's Hydro Cannon is stronger than this guy's Hydro Cannon and just wiped out.
Yeah.
But if they're on equal footing, there's more drama. There's more, I get why they did it. It just does look weird a little.
And like upsetting, especially with Pikachu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah. Because Pikachu like refuses to fight. That's his
Yeah,
whole like
yeah.
he will not fight back. He's sitting there getting slapped back and forth across the face and just will not.
And then we get like the message of the movie,
Yeah.
which is like, it's better to not fight than to fight.
Yeah. Which not everything can be solved by violence.
Yeah.
And it's
It's a very peaceful kind of message that the movie has.
For sure.
Which is good for children to learn, I would say.
It is very good for children to learn that, yes.
Speaking of them fighting, Psyduck fight is my favorite. I've always loved the Psyduck fight.
Of course
It's
it
just Psyduck, look at camera, Psy.
Yeah. Oh, man. Freaking Psyduck.
Friggin' Psyduck.
Freaking Psyduck.
And we've talked about a lot about Mewtwo's philosophy, and we know about Mewtwo's philosophy because he can talk.
He can talk. He is the only, well, not the only Pokemon, obviously.
One of the
Meowth,
few.
but one of the very few.
He's like yelling at Mew, and Mew's like, Mew, Mew. And Mewtwo's like, foolish, why do you stand with them? And like Pikachu's yelling at him, like, Pika, Pika. And Mewtwo's like talking. I'm like, we're doing the Pokemon talking thing, and thank the Lord, I can understand one of them.
Yes, there was the moment. Yes, exactly. It's Pikachu talking to a Pika Pika, and then he's responding back.
In full English.
You can understand at least one side of the conversation, which is so nice, so refreshing.
Yeah. It's not like with Venusaur in that one episode.
my God.
Where Bulbasaur was like pleading his case, and it's like, I wish I could understand
I wish
this
I could
conversation.
understand it.
I
I
can't.
cannot. One of the biggest moments that Mewtwo has, he's got a line. It's like almost near the end of the movie, but it's kind of the same. It's like, okay, we hear one side of this, and it's just a cute little like Mew Mew, and he's like, I concur. I see now that the circumstances of one's birth are irrelevant. It's what you do with the gift of life that determines who we are, which is such a deep quote.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious that, in the context of the movie, it's just Mew, and that's what all of that means. Like,
Yes. Yes, Mew, I do agree with you. You said a lot in that one, Mew. It's like I am Groot.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it reminded me a lot of. Oh my god. There's so much of that in the Pokemon universe.
And of course, we have to talk about the biggest moment of the movie, which I'm sure is what made you cry.
Yeah.
When a stray blast from Mewtwo hits Ash and he dies. Or at least turns to stone.
Yeah, it's so Pikachu is sitting there and he's getting slapped in the face and he's starting to cry a little bit. And Ash sees this, and that's the moment where Ash realizes, like, okay, something has to happen here. So then when Mew and Mewtwo are about to kind of like go at each other and he's like within reach trying to get that, he runs between the two of them. And it's just such like a big moment. It makes them both kind of stop and realize, like, okay, no, like, we messed up. Somebody got hurt because of this. This is really bad. And then they look around and all of the Pokemon, the clones and the originals, are
openly
in
weeping
tears because of Pikachu sitting there trying to shock Ash back to life, bring him back like he's done every time before this. And the stone reaction of nothing happening. There's just the stark difference of like, okay, no, this is
serious.
much more serious. This is like unbreaking. Like this is, this is real.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. Every time I see that, like I get even a little bit like now I'm,
And this is big for Pokemon.
It is.
Pokemon
It
normally
genuinely
don't
is.
go this deep or into like this.
No, they don't. And this is, one of very few moments where they have. And it's just such a beautiful moment. I mean, between the Pokemon, like the tears just kind of collecting and reviving him and bringing him back. It's big, and it's a lot.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that makes this movie stand out from like all the other things in Pokemon, any other Pokemon movies. Not that I'm an expert on the Pokemon
No,
movies.
I would definitely agree. They don't have bigger moments like this. You could argue that there are a couple. In the Entei one, there is a similar, like, kind of gut-wrenching moment at the end. But it's not to this level.
We'll get there.
Yeah, no, we will. Yeah, it's not to this level at all. I mean, this is just, again, such a different tone than the show has ever done, and I think probably ever does again.
Yeah.
Like, it's very different. It's still, the movie itself is still very, like, lighthearted at times.
Yeah.
But when it does get dark like this, I mean, it's a lot.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things that, like, because we keep talking about, like, it's too simple, blah, blah, blah. It's a baby show made for babies.
This is what it's missing.
This doesn't feel, like, super, like, kiddie.
No, it doesn't.
It's still a movie made for children, because, like, the plot is very simple.
Right, and, you know, he turns to stone instead of being obliterated, like, realistically
and he comes
probably
back,
should have been. And he does come back.
It's not permanent.
Yeah.
But this, like, we're going there. Mm-hmm. And this is something like a lot of other shows go to. Like, back to Digimon, like, there's death in Digimon.
Yeah.
Sure, like, there's reincarnation with the Digimon themselves. They just go back into eggs.
Yeah.
But, like, Leomon dies, like, multiple times in Digimon, like, throughout the series. And those moments are always, like, the best ones.
Oh, absolutely.
When it, like, gets into that, like, high emotion, and then you can tell that, like, the characters really care, and they feel real in that moment.
No, yeah. They definitely do feel a lot more real than I think I had seen before that. And I think that's part of the, like I told you during the movie, like, you know, I don't cry at a lot of movies and TV show. I've talked about it before. Like, I just have
You talked about it in this movie, in this episode of this podcast, right at the top.
That's fair. That's fair. But it's like, I have a lot of trouble connecting to characters in TV and movie just because, like, you know, I've done theater. Like, I understand that it's people in a mask and makeup and all that. This felt so, and even though obviously I'm watching an animated version of a character in a world where magical little creatures exist and so, it just felt so much more real.
Yeah.
Like, I wish I could explain it better than that, but that's exactly it.
Yeah, I wish the Pokemon anime was a lot more like the movie. And, like,
I would agree.
I wish we got this level of, like, writing and character.
Yes.
Only get this level of character. I still think the characters in Pokemon are really good.
No, I would
Mewtwo
agree.
is a solid character.
Yes.
Mewtwo's great.
Yes, which, again, like, going into this, like, you get next to no backstory. They set up everything in the movie itself. It's very fast-paced. You do get a lot just really quick at the beginning there, but it works.
Yeah.
And it works very well. And it proves that they can do
this. Like, Mewtwo has so many complexities where it's like, he's being a bad guy, but he's not quite evil, and it's the circumstances of one's birth, or whatever Mew said.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's, so they have this ability, and genuinely, like, we've talked about it before, but they do know how to write characters very well. You know, I wish they could write plot as well as they could write characters.
Yeah. And, like, I keep saying the plot in this is very simple. But it's executed well.
It is. It is executed extremely well.
This is a good movie.
It is.
I like this movie.
It is a very good movie. And again, this is one of the few that I remember in vivid detail. You know, I've watched everything, but I remember this. I remember how impactful this was when I was a kid. I mean, I still, to this day, feel that impact every time I watch it. Yeah.
It's weird how they made, like, one really good one, and then they just made a bunch of other movies. They made them.
Yeah. And again, like, it's the first few after this too were not the I don't want to call it slop.
As bad.
Yeah, they weren't nearly
I haven't seen the second one, third one, or fourth one.
It does quickly decline after that.
Yeah.
You know, as much as I enjoyed the Gen 3 and Gen 4 ones because I was a kid and that was Pokemon was everything, they weren't as fantastic.
Yeah.
You know. This really just captured a special energy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And this movie was so good, they made it twice, right, Ben?
Yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah, they made it again for Netflix, like, 5 years ago. I think for the 20th.
Something like that,
Or was
yeah.
it the 20th anniversary?
No, I think it was sooner.
25th?
It was sooner than 2016.
Okay, so maybe
It was in the 2020s.
But yeah, they remade this for Netflix, and it was just reanimated the same exact plot. Very, very slight differences.
It's like how you would do like a video game remake.
Yeah.
Or like a remaster.
Yeah, like BDSP.
Yeah.
Like almost exactly. Like it was, okay, the original game looks like this, and now it looks like this, but it's the same exact game. It's crazy.
And how does the movie look different, Ben?
It's 3D animation.
Did you say 3D? I had to
Yes,
make
it
you
is.
say it that time.
Yeah.
You just did it naturally earlier.
Yeah, well, this is true. And we didn't end up watching the other movie.
We thought about it.
Yeah, we thought about it in the past, but I've seen it before, and there really aren't enough differences to talk about it in detail. I mean,
Is that the one where Pikachu speaks English?
No, that's something totally different.
Okay.
We'll get there around Gen 8.
Okay, is that the I Choose You movie?
Yes.
Okay,
That's the one, yes.
Which is also another like remake.
A kind of remake. It's a different enough thing, but it's
Okay.
yeah.
We'll talk about it in like 12 years.
Yeah. But this one, I think the biggest difference is they showed Ancient Mew a little differently. It's a different depiction.
It's not the art on the promo card.
It's not the art on the promo card.
It might be an art on a different promo card.
And other like little like they had different music playing during different moments. They had this like just very minor stuff that just wasn't important enough to be like, okay, let's make a whole video on this.
Yeah.
But
Someone probably did if you want to look into
Yeah.
it, but like we're not gonna.
right.
Maybe we'll revisit it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Might do like a quick little like, here it is. But the movie itself, like I said, I watched it when it came out and I thought it was good. I really didn't notice that it was any different. So there might have been some like very, very minor differences in the plot. I don't think so. But it was nothing that like remembering the first movie very well, I noticed when rewatching it. So there you go. If you want to watch it, great, wonderful. I think it's good that it's on
Netflix.
It's on a platform where people can watch it freely.
Readily available.
And it's the thing you hate about Pokemon Go, but it like draws a new audience into it and kind of helps the younger
I mean, at
generation.
least it's like a movie, and
Yeah.
it's like, hey, if you like this animated show, there's all these other animated shows. Not you like this mobile game? Play the mobile game.
Yep.
You don't have to play anything else. You like the mobile game, right?
Yep.
Pokemon, it's a mobile. Why are you just calling it Pokemon? The name's Pokemon Go. What are you
Yep.
talking about?
Yep. But it gave kids an excuse to watch it. Because like, oh, I don't want to watch that 30-year-old movie almost now.
Yeah.
I'll watch this new animated one that's really cool. And it's got the 3D that I
Yeah.
love.
It almost looks claymation.
Yeah, it does look very claymation. I kind of thought it was when I first watched
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But it's neat. You know,
It's like the Lego
cool that
movie.
They did it. Yeah.
Where it's meant to look like stop motion.
Exactly.
Before we move on, I do have to ask, who the hell's Miranda? And what was her deal?
Miranda.
That blue-haired lady that was like,
Oh,
you gotta take the
oh my
ferry.
God,
You gotta
yeah.
take the ferry over there.
That
Something mysterious is happening.
That was very odd.
Who is this lady? Like she's in the beginning where they're on the ferry and they have to go, and she's like, something's happening. There's a storm and it's really scary. Ooh.
Yeah.
And then they go, and then you do not hear from her again. And then they show back, and like everything's fine, and it's like, whoa, what happened? And she's like, yes, everything.
The storm has passed. Like I
Everything's
knew it
fine.
would.
And it's like, who are you?
Yeah,
I literally looked into it. She's just in the movie, and that's it.
I knew that.
She is not an important character. Why is she?
She is the replacement because they couldn't have Nurse Joy standing next to Jenny like they did in every episode of the anime when
actually
anything like
so
that
right.
happens. They couldn't have her there because
In
she's
that
missing.
case, why don't you reverse their roles and you make Miranda like a scientist who like helped create Mewtwo, and now she's like the cloning expert. But no, we have to have the Joy do it. We have to create a stand-in for her.
Yep.
And she has to have a name.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the other trainers that have the Blastoise, the Blastoise, the Venus, or the Gyarados, I don't think they have names.
I don't think they do. You might be right.
She has a name. Why?
Yeah. It was not necessary whatsoever.
I can't believe I almost missed that. Like,
Yeah.
how did we not talk about her?
Oh, there are a few points that we still haven't talked about.
Okay, well, what else do you want to talk about, Ben?
I definitely want to talk about Mewtwo's Pokeballs that he has.
Oh,
I think those are pretty cool.
Yeah, with the little eyeballs.
Yeah, I don't know. And I don't know if he's supposed to be moving them psychically or if they have their own like mind of their own kind of thing. I'm assuming it's the first.
Yeah.
But it's just really cool. And it's interesting that they can capture a Pokemon in a Pokeball already. Like have the whole, because that's one of the things Ash tries to do is like recall.
I'd like keep him in the Pokeball. Fine. Just
nope, take him with you. It's just crazy. Like that whole sequence of events is like, well, you're not worthy of these Pokemon. I'm like, that's a crazy statement.
Yeah.
Like, that's just that whole scene. It's just wild. It's really good. It's genuinely like very, very good. Pikachu running up the staircase trying to get away from it.
Yeah.
Like, if he had just stopped,
that's another one of those like, okay, this is a movie. We got to make a big scene with Pikachu running away from the Pokeballs.
For sure. And, that's the only reason they had, like, the 3-on-3, the Charizard, Blastoise, Venusaur. Like, that wouldn't have happened if it were an episode.
Yeah.
But because it's big and it's a movie, like, okay, we have to showcase these 3 Pokemon.
Triple battles didn't exist yet.
Yeah. So there were a lot of moments that you could tell, like, okay, this could have been cut out. It's really cool that they included it.
It's a short movie. I don't think they really necessarily needed to cut anything out.
Yeah. No, I would agree. I don't think they needed to at all. But if this were... like you'd said, like it feels like an episode that's just kind of been stretched a little bit.
Yeah.
If it were just an episode, there were things that they could have cut out that didn't need to be there, but it was made better by those, for sure.
I also like that this movie wasn't very dialogue heavy.
No, it wasn't. It was more just focused on the plot and what is going on, and there wasn't a ton else going on aside from Team Rocket being there for some reason.
Yeah.
But
did you have anything else to talk about other than Mewtwo's Pokeballs?
I really don't think so. I had a few notes here and there, just little kind of haha funny gotcha moments. But I think overall, I think we've talked about everything that was important in this, and I think I'm happy with that.
All right. And with that, just like, subscribe, watch the show. We're going to be talking about Orange Islands right after this.
Yes, we are.
You excited for Orange Islands, Ben?
I am, and I know this is like the definition of filler. This is just like, okay, we need to do
Orange
something.
Islands aren't even in the video games.
Yeah, exactly. We need to do something before we get to Johto because it's in development. We're going to get there eventually. This is what we're putting out before that.
Yeah.
But I am excited for the big moments. There's like Crystal Onyx. There's the Pink Island. That's about it, really. That's all I can remember.
Tracy.
Yeah, I'm excited to see those though, because like I didn't watch any of Orange Islands.
Yeah, Netflix is really weird with Pokemon, where it has like the first season up to it's the episode with Butch and Cassidy, and then nothing after that. But for a short period, it did.
Yeah. And
then eventually they got rid of it, and I did watch a little bit of it.
Yeah, I think that's when Drew ended up watching all of Indigo League, or at least part of Indigo League, because he hadn't before that at all. Like I was always the one that was into Pokemon, but so it'll be fun. It'll be cool.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it.
Watch our shorts, watch our full episodes. The YouTube channel's been popping off lately.
Yeah, no, I'm proud of you guys. We're getting a lot of
subscribers.
We're doing good.
Thank you everyone for subscribing.
Very much.
All right, then until next time, trainers, gotta watch them all.